guys. Oh, I found you. I've been searching for like 2+ years. Welcome aboard. Let's go. What have you guys been up to? It has been a long time. Like, I think it's going on, what, 3 years? It's not good. A lot have changed, and we're gonna get into that, but I've had this itch to get back into videos. So we're gonna give this a go and see what happens. Okay, well, I'm gonna fill you in real quick. So, this is my feed truck. I don't even know where I left you guys off last, but I used to have a Roto Mix. I sold it, got this, had this a couple years. It's been awesome. This morning I was mixing feed and kaboom, the motor blew. It's not really worth fixing. I don't know. We're gonna go look at some feed wagons tomorrow to maybe get by before we rebuild this, but we got a lot of cows calving. So we need to get rolling on that. So my neighbor Jeff is coming over with his feed wagon, and he's gonna bail me out tonight. Tomorrow we're gonna go look at one. By the way, we got a payloader, so that's kind of fun. We bought it for corn stalks actually. So let's get rolling. This is a really nice feed wagon. It's a Vermeer. Vermeer bought out Schuyler? I think it's Schuyler. This is a vertical mixer. I've never had one. I've always had the horizontal ones. So far my favorite one's been the Roto Mix. I kind of wish I wouldn't have got rid of it, but it's a little too small for what I wanted. And then I had problems where I feed a lot more ground hay than rations. I've had a lot of problems before where I plug it, and that's really aggravating. So I went to the auger style, and tomorrow we're gonna go look at a Buffalo 3 auger. A buddy of mine has one and he said they're really nice, so we're gonna go take a look at one of those. My ration's pretty simple. Got the mineral, we got wet distillers, ground up hay, which is usually consists of like a rye, sedan, or corn stalk, sometimes all three, and then corn silage. Makes a really good consistency. What you guys think of it? We're also doing some cow updating. Kind of had the same herd I've always had, add and go, keep some replacement heifers. And then this year I had pretty bad luck with some bulls, so we ended up getting rid of a few. Actually ended up getting rid of 9 total. But that's all right. Most of them were kind of old, so maybe that's partly why. Maybe it wasn't completely the bull's problem. We're trying something new with some Herefords. I have 2 older Herefords, and I breed all my Black Angus to Herefords. But I bought these replacement heifers. I bought 6 of them. They are registered. Not that I'm going to go through with the registration process, but it's an option. Kind of thinking about getting more into a Hereford breed. Kind of thinking like a F1 cross type of deal. So Hereford cows, Black Angus bulls. Right now I'm Black Angus cows, Hereford bulls. I don't know, I just kind of like Herefords. I keep waiting for my buddy Dallas over at Sutton Livestock. I keep waiting for him to come up with some cows. But apparently they hardly ever sell Herefords. It's more or less like Herefords are hard to find, and when you find them, they're really old. So that's not a lot of fun. Anyways, we're gonna carry on. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the morning. We're gonna take a road trip. Actually gonna talk with a guy about a bulldozer coming over to do some land work, and we'll see you in the morning. Whenever you get a chance, you always gotta go to Baumgartner's. Baumgartner's actually bought out Orscheln's, which is our local feed and ranch store, and I'm really excited because I really like Baumgartner's. Supposedly they're going to completely redo our Orschelns to turn it more into a Bongars, and I'm hoping that they change the brands to what Bongars have, because like for example, like their electric fence insulators, these guys carry DAR and Orschelns carries, is it Zebra or whatever it is, and they're junk, absolute junk. So whenever we come up here, we grab the DAR ones because they're way better. So talking with these guys yesterday, told them I was gonna come up and look at what they got. This is similar to my old one, if you remember it, but it's just a little too small for what I want. So we're just kind of looking around. I would like to get back into a Rotomix, but they're expensive. Basically, I don't feed enough to justify one, even though something like this is old. They still want, you know, 30 plus. That's just more than I want to spend for the little bit of feeding I do. But it doesn't hurt to look. So we drove here for two, mainly just one, but this is it, Buffalo 440. This is more what I'm looking at. Again, I have a buddy that has one, or had one. He's got a newer one now, and he really likes it. His new one has the conveyors, and he said those are a lot better than these auger type feed outs. But he said these never really gave him problems other than your typical bearing. And then he said the chain drive, wherever that's at, would come loose, and you have to tighten it up there. A little oily, not terrible. 540 PTO. Augers look good. Floor is a little rusted out. Feedable. Tires look good. Scales. Oh, this is really simple. I'm used to having all this in an oil bath, so this is kind of nice. Bearings look good. Looks like it needs a battery. 2 remote, scale. Augers look pretty good. So this is a 3 auger. My feed truck was a 4 auger. But they say these work really good for what I do, which is distiller silage and hay. 440, so it had a fair amount of room. My feed truck was a 580, which was plenty big. And the Rotomix I had was a 354. All in all, I'd say it looks pretty good. I'll jump inside a Rotomix so you can see what that looks like, but I don't know. I'm basically after something that will get me by until cows go to pasture and I figure out what I want to do with that truck. So this is a Rotomix. You can tell they completely rebuilt the floors. That auger's been rebuilt. Repainted. Fancy. This is another one I was thinking about, but it's a little rougher shape. Really like that Buffalo. We're gonna go see if we can wheel and deal on it. And give Jake a call on the phone. Oh, it's cold today. See if we can get Jake on the phone and see what we can do. If I end up liking it, we'll keep that one around, and I will do something with the other one. That truck box, either rebuild the motor or we might make it into a trailer unit and just sell it. But we'll worry about that later. I need a feed. So let's give Jake a call.
Hello, so Jake.
Hey Jake, Jesse Merman, how we doing?
Oh, can't complain, Jesse. What do you know?
Oh, I just got up here to look at that buffalo and the BJM and a couple others. Turns out this one's on consignment, so he's getting a hold of the guy, made him an offer. He's got to call the owner, see if we can work out a deal. So what's new with you guys? I haven't talked to you guys in a long time. Comment down below. What have you guys been up to? Are you glad to see I'm back? A lot has changed since I last started the YouTube and went on break, I guess, so to say. And you know, I got some time. I got a guy that works for me now, and kind of opens up the opportunity to get back into the video, in which I've been missing a lot, and I've had a lot of people hounding me about getting back into it, and which is good. You know, I enjoy doing it. So got the time to do it, so we're gonna try and punch out some videos here and hit this at a different approach. Did a bunch of different things to my hay business. Really expanded it, and I got a lot of cool things. I can't wait to show you guys. That's right around the corner. It's almost April 1st, so month and a half we'll be rolling on probably some cover crop, and I don't know, it just seems to take off from there. Wrong or right, we did it. Time to hook up, start this journey home, and hope we don't have any bad tires or bearings or wheel bearings. Pretty much anything. Don't want any issues. You guys ever get really excited to buy something and then all of a sudden you get buyer's remorse and you're like, or worse, you got to go home and explain to your wife that you had to buy something? No, just me. You know, I finally got what I wanted, which is a flatbed. And my pickup's not lifted. And this is what I got to deal with. We're good. Scale, drive shaft. That's good. Tires look good. Let's head home. Alright, maiden voyage. We'll try that. First thoughts on it right off the bat. First thing I like about it, it is really short, so it's easy to see what you're doing. The payloader doesn't lift as high as you think it does by the time you dump the bucket completely out. When I was dumping into this thing, if you dump too far, you'd hit those top augers. So that's really nice about that. There's plenty of room in that wagon, as you can see. That is my full ration for all my cows, and it's a fairly wet ration, 40% hay, but it's doing a good job mixing it up. It seems like it might be a little slower mixing than like the Roto Mix was, or even this thing, but it's doing a really good job. Guess we'll see how we like it. Oh yeah, that looks good. I don't know. That was a little ugly at first. I've never had a door that had augers on it, so getting used to that was a little bit interesting. but it worked. But I'm not exactly sure if my scale is right, because it seems like I didn't feed very much. But it emptied out. Maybe it just mixed better. Otherwise, I think my scale's off. So tomorrow when I feed, I'm gonna weigh it. We got a scale right there at that elevator. So I'm gonna weigh it just to make sure. We wanna make sure that these guys are getting the feed that they need. So as you can see, my bunk lines, they're, oh, tell me how you really feel. They're getting a little beat up. I found a guy who makes, they're kind of like bottomless bunks, except they're bottomless. Well, I mean, they're bottomless bunks, but they're more of like a fence line bunk. It kind of looks like a J, a lazy J bunk. But I got a set. They're gonna replace that bunk line down there. We'll see how they work. I don't know. Hopefully they're gonna be done at the end of the week. Otherwise, next week we're gonna tear out those concrete bunks that are really beat up, get rid of them, and we're gonna put these free ones in. They're bottomless, so we can move them really easy, clean out all the junk feed. Like when this stuff builds up, the cows knock over, I can trap them in a pen, pick those bunks out, scoop it all up, make it really easy. They're supposed to hold more. It should be easier to dump into them, especially with this wagon. Hi. Because you can see there's a lot of waste. So that's frustrating. But we'll get it right. Weigh that tomorrow and see how it goes. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're glad I'm back. I'm glad to be back. We'll see you in the next one. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Planting is right around the corner. So we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and yeah.